Alright, before proceeding with the possession video, I just want to make sure that all MCRPOs are aware the AMD wishes for everyone to use the most up-to-date certification forms. If you're unsure, use the certification forms that are attached to the possession notes. Just to be aware, it is version 4.7, which is being approved on the 15th of the 10th, 2024, and will be attached to the possession notes. Attention all MCRPOs, this is the possession overview and briefing for weekend 17, the possession which is the config from Blacktown to Richmond. The STN for this possession is 1945-2024 and the pack number will be 12713. So this possession will run from Seven Hills to Schofield to Clarendon to Richmond, which also has maintenance window 18AB and is the up and down Richmond lines and Blacktown to Richmond line. Alright, and this will run from 0200 hours on Saturday 26th of October 2024 until 0200 hours on Monday 28th of October 2024. Alright, this possession will be run out of the PMC at Granville Clyde room, which is located on 145 Railway Parade Granville. For all certification and restoration forms, please send them through to westcertification@transport.nsw.gov.au. And just be aware, like I said before, please use the most up-to-date certification forms which are attached in the possession notes. These should be the final possession notes, but please check the Dropbox for any updates.
Please note, this pre-work brief is a guide only and should be read in conjunction with Sydney Trains possession notes. It is your responsibility to check all details are correct and to call the office should you require further information. It is also your responsibility to ensure that you have reviewed your scope of work, you have contacted your supervisor for more job-specific details, you understand the type of work and equipment used on site, you are working in or outside a coordinated area, you are aware of adjoining worksites groups, you know the other safe working staff on your shift, you have the correct worksite protection equipment.
Attention all MCRPOs, this is the possession overview for weekend 17 Blacktown to Richmond line possession, which is on STN 1945-2024. We will go through the track possessions via their color. So starting with track possession number one, which is in the green. So track possession number one goes from Clarendon to Richmond and will begin on Saturday, October the 26th from 0200 hours until 0200 hours on Monday, October the 28th. Just be aware this is the only track possession which will run throughout the entire weekend. So this track possession takes the Blacktown to Richmond line, the Clarendon Loop line, and the Up Storage Road and the number 1 and 2 platform roads at Richmond, and basically goes from Charlie November 7 and Charlie November 9 at Clarendon through East Richmond all the way to the terminations at Richmond Station. So just be aware for this track possession, it is not coordinated. The only job in here, which I believe is job 403, will be protecting themselves with a worksite protection marker on the city side of East Richmond. If you are going to work in there, please have a chat with them. They're going to be protecting themselves. Alright, moving on to track possession number 2, which is from Schofield to Clarendon and is the maintenance window 18 Alpha. So this is track possession number 2, which is in the orange. This track possession will run from Sunday, October the 27th from 0550 hours until 1000 hours on the Sunday only. So please be aware this part of the track possession maintenance window 18 Alpha will only run on the Sunday. And this takes the Blacktown to Richmond line, the Riverston Loop line, Proway siding at Riverston, and the Mulgrave Loop line and the Clarendon Loop line, right? So it starts from Schofields, which will be clear of 53 crossover, goes to Riverston. You can see they take the Proway siding and the loop line at Riverston, through Vineyard, through Mulgrave, taking the loop line as well, through Windsor, and then takes the Clarendon, parts of the Clarendon loop line, and it will be inclusive of, so marrying up to the track possession number 1, be inclusive of Charlie November 9 and Charlie November 7. So please be aware if you are working in this maintenance window part, the orange, and when we go through the purple track possessions, please speak to the coordinator Alpha as they will be managing this part of the possession, these maintenance windows. Right, and the last one we've got is the Seven Hills to Schofield's maintenance window 18, which is track possession number 3 in the purple. So this will run from Sunday, October the 27th from 0550 hours until 0845 hours on the same day only. So only on the Sunday. So just be aware this possession, this part in the purple, will come back earlier than the orange. So just please be aware if you're working this area about the staggered possession times. Alright, so this goes from Seven Hills to Schofield and takes the Blacktown to Richmond line and the up Blacktown to Richmond line, right? So Blacktown to Richmond line, apologies. Right, so starting at Seven Hills, we start here on the down Richmond line. It will be clear of 301 crossover, and at Seven Hills on the up Richmond branch line, it will be clear of 309 crossover. So just following these up and down Richmond lines goes through Blacktown. So please be aware when you're in this area around Seven Hills, just be aware of which track is under possession. The down main, down suburban, up main will be live. So obviously we take the up and down Richmond lines, go through Blacktown. At Blacktown, remember the rest of the Blacktown sidings are also live. Remember, takes only the up and down Richmond lines. Follows through Marion, through Quakers Hill, through to Schofields. At Schofields, the possession becomes clear of 5-3 crossover on both the up and down Richmond lines, right? So just again, reiterating the fact that the track possession number 3 will only run for about 3 hours, and that if you are working in this track possession, you must talk to Coordinator Alpha, which will be managing this part or coordinating this part of the possession.
Please check the most updated special train notices for the latest details. Power outage. Treat all power as live unless working under a power out permit. Power out permit holder will brief you on the limits of the permit. If you are holding the permit, make sure you're aware of the safe area. All details on the power out permit are correct before signing onto it. Please watch protocols and safe notices, links shown in video below. Chronological train listing, CTL, please familiarise yourself with the train movements as they may affect your worksite. Possession works program, scope of work, please review your job details, familiarise yourself with the work groups around you and coordinated areas. Please check the latest scope of work for your updates.